Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So in this video, I'll guide you through a simple web project in which we use email ID and password validation form using HTML, CSS and Java. I hope you are familiar with the basics of HTML, CSS and Java. So without any delay, let's get into this video. Before that, let us know what is the use of this. So in our everyday life, we actually use many applications and many websites through which we need to create an account and create a password to log in to, right? So the criteria of creating a password actually varies from website to website or the application to application. So using this, we'll be knowing the how the backend works for creating a password, right? So in some websites or some application, it shows that your password is invalid. So use all these symbols, characters, uppercase, lowercase. So we'll be knowing what is the actual work of actually what happens in the backend. So without any delay, let's get into this video. So as I said, we'll be using the basics of HTML, CSS and Java. So here is the HTML file. HTML or the hypertext markup language is used to create and organize content on a web page. In our file, I have created a container for the form which has the following elements. So I have added some of the elements, so let's look into it. So first one is the form. Inside this form tag, we have two labeled input fields, one for the email and one for the password. We also have a submit button. So after you enter your credentials, we can hit the submit button. And next is the email input. While talking about the email input, this input field has a type of email which makes sure that the input is formatted like an email address. So as we know, the email address is in a format in which we use @gmail.com, hotmail.com, yahoo.com or etc. Right? And next is the password input. If we speak about the password input, the password field has a type of password which hides the text as you type. As for the security reasons, in whichever website or whichever application we see, when we type our password, it will be hidden. Only if we click on the show button, our password is visible. For the security reasons, this is used in the password. I have just added a dark and a light theme switch button there in our website. I'll be showing you. It is completely your wish whether to add or customize according to how you want your website or the interface to look like. Using HTML, we have created a structure. And now let's move on to the CSS. The full form of CSS is Cascading Style Sheet. Is what we use to style the HTML and make it look appealing. That the colorings, the borders, and the color gradings which we use in a website, so actually depends upon the CSS. So in our CSS file, first comes the centering the form. To center the form, we use a flexbox styling on the container, which aligns all the content both horizontally and vertically. So according to our requirements, we can set where the content should be displayed on the website. And next comes the gradient border. So I have added the gradient border using gradient colors. You can choose your own colors. It is as per your wish, you can just create. And next comes the dark and light theme. As I said, I have added a dark and light theme toggle there, a button. You can switch between the light theme or the dark theme as per the user's wish, right? And next is the submit button styling. So I have added a basic styling for the submit button as well. So this is the CSS file I have used. Okay, if you want, you can just pause the video and look into it. And moving on to the JavaScript. So this is our JavaScript. So now let us discuss the validation of JavaScript. So this is the part where we add functionality to our form, right? So it checks if the input are correct or wrong, whether the inputted password or the email ID is in the correct format or not. Everything is dependent on the JavaScript. So here we have defined two validation functions in our JavaScript, right? Here is the validation of the email and the validation of the password. So in which we use a regular expression or the regex, what we call the expression, right? So we have also mentioned the expressions here, in which compulsory we have to use an uppercase, lowercase, a special character, and the length of the password should be minimum of 8 characters. This regex checks that the email input has an @ symbol, a domain name, and a correct ending like .com or .org or .in. If the email does not match, an error message appears. So this is the email validation. Similarly, if we look for the password validation, for the password we check if it meets specific criteria, like being, as I said, at least 8 characters long and including numbers, uppercase, lowercase, and special character. Ensures that the user will create a secure and a strong password. When the validation is successful, a dialog box pops up saying account created successfully. This is the basics of HTML, CSS and Java which we have used in our program for the website. And now let us test it. Okay, so I have used the live server, so I'll be using it. This is our website and this is the interface. So here it says that enter your email. So I'll be using my email, for example 422cs06953. Okay, and enter the password. So I'll be creating a strong password. Okay, so we have a show button here. So if you want to see your password, you can just press on the show button. It shows the password. Again, you can hide. And here is the submit button. If you press on submit, so we get a dialog box saying that success, valid email and password. Okay, so let us try using an invalid email ID and password. Before that, I have also mentioned that I have used a light theme and a dark theme switch button here. So if you press on it, so it changes to dark. So now let us type some invalid email. Okay, and the password also we'll just randomly type a password. Okay, so I have just randomly typed the password and I'll just click on the submit. So here you can see that validation failed. Please check the errors. So it's we have entered the invalid email ID format and the password format. So it shows an invalid dialog box. So here you also get a message that password must be at least 8 characters including uppercase, lowercase and special character. And for the email ID also you'll get a message that invalid email form. So this was it for today. So hope you enjoyed it and hope you understood. So if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section below and feel free to use our program. So I'll be giving the file HTML, CSS and Java file, zipped file in the description. Thank you. Jai Hind.